Welcome to another episode of Off the Dribble, presented and powered by the Warner Robins All Stars. We got a special show for you today. We got a coaches roundtable. So we're trying to bring and drop knowledge to the Middle Georgia area as far as how this basketball thing is really supposed to go. Of course, I'm joined today by Coach Tap, Coach Charles G, and then our guest for today, we got Coach King, the director of the Atlanta Astros. Yeah. Coach Butts, director of the Georgia Magic. Team Georgia Magic.
Hey.
And then we got Coach Tobias, director of Georgia Suns.
Correct, for sure.
We got Kowacie Sr., owner and founder of HypeSouth, tournament director, and scout evaluator. Hey, thanks, fellas, for joining us. This is a first for us. We wanted to get some coaches together, just kind of moving in the independent market so we could discuss some things and bring awareness. If you're not familiar with what our platform is, it is to bring awareness and educate parents, players, and other coaches in our area as we try to uplift the basketball community and this process that we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to kind of introduce yourselves in your own words, as far as your program, when your program started, the age groups you got, and what kind of made you want to actually go ahead and start a program. So we'll start with Coach Tobias.
All right. I'm Coach Tobias Selden with the formerly the Middle Georgia Bucks. We recently changed the organization over to the Georgia Suns. Which was founded by Melvin Flowers, years ago, I guess, late 80s, maybe early 90s. I came over, I started with Boston Next Level with a group of 8th graders. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to get a combination of players from Macon, actually, get them together, develop them as best ball players, and basically form a power team. They can go out and win some games and showcase their talent. So I actually with the Travel Kids in 2014, maybe, those 8th graders. So we So as far as that, we wanted to try to. I want to try to get the players to kind of understand and buy into actually what I was trying to do with them. Most of them had aspirations of playing college basketball, being student athletes, but they really didn't understand how to do that. So that's kind of why I came in, just basically trying to mentor those kids to kind of groom them in order to kind of help them achieve their goals.
All right. Coach Butts.
Yes, sir. Just kind of like along the lines of what Coach Tobias said, but I started the program from ground up 15 years ago or so. Started with a bunch of guys from Milledgeville, Georgia, and my whole thing was trying to raise awareness again. I'll be totally honest with you. I started off wanting to raise awareness in Milledgeville. For those that don't know, Milledgeville was a powerhouse at one point, just like Macon. And to play the game, you had to come through Milledgeville. So my whole goal was to raise that awareness. But as we traveled and played, I realized that I could be more competitive if I got guys from all around the area. So my first wave of guys, they were successful. Got a few of them playing overseas right now. Got a couple that were drafted, all of that. And then after a while, just like I said, it's kind of incorporated the Macon area, because I was driving from Macon to Milledgeville for the players, practice, all that. So I kind of incorporated Middle Georgia, in whole. And just so happened my son was coming up put a group together, started in the 3rd grade with them, put that group together, and we've been raising hell ever since. And one big part of that was forming alliances with like Coach Tat, Coach Tobias, forming alliances with those guys. And I'm gonna say this: they've been instrumental to our success. I know I don't get to tell them that a lot, but they've been instrumental because at the end of the day, it's us against them. Nobody may want to say that, may not want to admit it, but it is. It's us against them. So that's pretty much Team Georgia Magic in a nutshell.
I appreciate you, Coach. Coach King.
Yes, sir. Basically, I started 3 years ago. Honestly, this would be my 4th year. I started with 6 kids from Druid Hills High School, and just decided, hey, look, I want these kids to get better. I'm gonna make these kids better. I'm gonna run them throughout the summer, try and start a summer AAU program. And that's where the Astros came up. We started out, man, we took a lot of beatings, but really it was a growing process, just let them know that they wasn't ready and to let me know what I needed to do and where I needed to grow. And that 2nd year, we kind of took off as a program, getting, in better tournaments because we had a little bit better players coming around. And this would be my year that I graduated my first group. There was the class of 2020. And to say that, most of those guys went to Druid Hills. Druid Hills was the only team in the state of Georgia to beat Woodward High School. So a lot of those guys that were out there were my guys. That I started with, day one guys. Added on, now I'm all over Metro Atlanta. So rocking out, this will be my 4th year right here. So getting forward, ready to go, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you being on the show. Coach Tat.
Oh, man. All-Stars, man. We started, I think it was 2011, 2012 was the first group that we had, man. And like they say, man, we were just trying to build the awareness, man, and get these kids acclimated to the game of basketball before they got to high school, basically. And as Coach Bud said, man, we all formed the lines early. We took a bunch of butt whipping from Team Georgia Magic. We took a bunch of butt whipping from Crawford County Supersonics, which molded us to, when the kids got older and they learned how to compete, because they were already competing at a high level and we were just getting started. And that showed us how to compete, man. And we got better, and now we're up to 8 teams now, with the grace of these parents, man, and these good parents, and we appreciate them all, man. And we just what these other guys said, man, just bring awareness, man, and to the area. And that's what we're trying to do.
And Kowacie Senior, I saved you for last because you have kind of a double input on this, as far as you being a coach yourself, having an organization, and then also what you do with HypeSouth as far as the write-ups and the media aspect of it. So can you kind of speak on what kind of molded you or pushed you in that direction?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kind of like all the guys, man. I started coaching first, and it was probably 2013, 2014, and same vision, man. These guys just to get me more exposed to the Middle Georgia area, 5th graders, and me and another good friend of mine, Omar Burnett, we just coached them all the way up until like 2018, and in between I was still doing stuff like covering, doing write-ups and stuff like that. So I was kind of doing both. And around 2018, Sean Williams, I think you guys had him on last night, on the radar. He called me, and he just mentioned to me about switching my kids over and letting them run with Team Georgia Magic. because it made sense on the basketball end. And so, like Coach Bud said earlier, I called him, got on the phone with him, and it made sense. We formed that alliance because at the end of the day, for me, the goal at the start was to get exposure. And Team Georgia Magic has that platform on the basketball end. HypeSouth was more known as a media outlet. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. It gave me time because I was exhausted, man. Kind of like we was talking before we came on. This pandemic kind of gave us time. Whether like Bud said, whether we want to admit it, it just gave us time to rest. And through the years, I just was kind of exhausted by the end of the summer. And so it was really, for me, it was like a blessing in disguise. It gave me a chance to kind of concentrate on my niche. And I think I have a niche for both, but as I begin to network and build relationships, a lot of coaches would start to, call, ask me about kids. And, just on the exposure side, I think, I was able to focus more on that once I let Coach Bud take the kids. I don't care what's on the chest. And that's one thing that I showed. I was like, now if we do this, are we going to be playing in front of coaches? Are we going to be in the main gym? And once he told me yes, it was a no-brainer for me. So, me and Coach Bud had a conversation. And, we kind of piggybacked on what he already had going. Because, like I said, I've been, Team Georgia Magic has been a staple in Middle Georgia for years. So, that's my story on what I do.
Yes, sir. Hey, so I'm going to kind of piggyback on something you said in there, as far as and we're going to jump right into it. When kids are looking for a travel team, right? What is it that they should be looking for as part of that team, as far as what that end goal may look like, or getting that exposure? And we'll, Kowacie, you started off, but I'm gonna throw that to all the coaches and kind of get their input on that.
Yes, sir. And I'll be brief. But for me, I think parents and kids should be looking for fit first, and plan for an organization that's going to put them in the right situations, that has meaningful relationships with people who are in the know. Because there's a lot of people who claim, that we know this, we do that, and really a lot of stuff that kids are playing in a lot of instances is just not, in my opinion, it's just not productive, especially once they get to the high school level, where it's very important on where you play. So I would just say focus on finding the right fit and find an organization that's playing in reputable events and stuff like that. Just make sure you still on it, because we personally see a lot of that. And it's kind of hard for parents coming in because they don't know. But I would just tell them to do their research on that part.
All right, Coach Tobias.
Well, yeah, Kowacie, he pretty much hit it right on a lot of things he said. I know for me, like you said, the organization, can they put kids in on a proper platform, trusting that coach, trusting that he's, telling you the truth, that he can do and provide what he says he can do. Because I know it's a lot of people, like what you said, that just say certain things to parents, wishing them this, promising them that, which they really can't even cash in on. So definitely looking at the organization. And for watching, talking to Wasted, watching how, the All-Stars move and Buds, man, that's kind of how I was able to kind of get, Middle Georgia Bucks kind of in front of, those coaches on that main court in the right spot. So if you got a coach that's really gonna buy in and be all in with the team, I think that's one of the most important things. A coach that's definitely gonna do what they say, and that's there for the kids.
All right, Coach Butts.
I mean, they nailed it. But just to piggyback, it's super important like Wacy was saying, like fit. Because HypeSouth, Warner Robins All Stars, Macon Bugs, we can all just go around and suck kids up. I mean, we could easily say, okay, yeah, you can play, yeah, come on, you can play, and then our roster, we got 15 kids. Well, anybody that's realistic knows, and they real with themselves, there's no way you're gonna play 15 kids. It's just no way, and they get that proper exposure that they deserve. So fit, that's definitely the thing. Then I would tell parents, stop listening to the street chatter. Don't listen to the street chatter, because if I've got 10 players, everyone is not gonna make it. I tell my kids that all the time. It's lonely at the top. And the closer you get to the top of that pyramid, the more people fall off. There's only room for one at the top. So you got to keep working your ass off on your pyramid so that you'll be on the top. But y'all know, just like I know, and keeping it real, everybody's not going to do what it takes to get that scholarship or to continue playing or whatever. Everyone is not going to do it. So when that happens, you have parents that, they get mad for whatever reason. They want to blame the coach. They want to blame the system you run. They want to blame the defense. Whatever it is, they want to blame somebody else, when in fact the coach is the one that's telling them, to do the right thing, or telling them what it takes. We've all been doing this for a long time. We don't have a recipe. We need nobody on this podcast to say we have a recipe. We don't. But what we do have is some things that can get them ahead, or some things that can get them on the right platform, things that can get them seen, or just small things that can enhance their chances of getting that scholarship. Because at the end of the day, that's what we in. That's what we all in it for. I don't post, where my guys went to school at or anything, and there's nothing wrong with anybody else doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't do it, because I tell people all the time, I don't get kids in school. They get themselves in school. I put them on a platform. And I give them advice. I talk to everybody that's on this podcast has heard from me before. Wacy and I have become really close, because his everything that he brought to my organization was just a plus for me, because I ain't gonna say we were lucky at getting kids in school, but we had a lot of blessings too. We weren't getting the media coverage, or I didn't. There's certain things I didn't know. Then here he comes, and then the rest is history. So, my main thing, and I know I'm going a little longer, but my main thing would be find the fit, and then research it for yourself. Don't listen to what people say. Check it out for yourself.
Coach King?
Oh man, hey, look, y'all done pretty much said everything, but what I would like to add is, as far as parents trusting that coach, because like what I've been hearing, you don't want to be in that situation 2 months later. Now is, the coach ain't doing this, the coach ain't doing that. I've been doing this since I've been doing this, so I ain't switching up. So if you don't know me, and you don't know what I'm doing, you can't just trust in any and everybody's system just because they tell you, this what it is, this what it's going to be, and just go somewhere where you're able to showcase your skill. Don't go where your buddies is going, because your buddies ain't going to get that scholarship with you. It's only going to be one name on that scholarship, so you go to where you can showcase your skill. Don't follow the in crowd.
Coach Tapp?
Man, they hit on everything. Big thing that I like to preach is go where a lot of loyalty is. If the program is going to be loyal to you, in turn, you turn to be loyal to them. And that's a lot of what we hit on about getting kids, man. And as Coach said, it ain't gonna be one name on that scholarship line when you get ready to sign it. So like you say, you can't follow the in crowd. You can't follow the people that are promising you this and that and the other. Like you say, like all of them, it's just got to be a good fit. good situation.
So let me ask you this: all of the teams we have on here tonight are independent teams. So as far as that independent market, again, what are kind of the things that you guys have to do that's a little bit extra, or you have to take that extra step in order to get your kids seen and put in the right positions?
You gotta beat people.
Gotta win them games.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we gotta beat people because when we come up 75, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm keeping it real. I love everybody. I love all the people up there that we compete against. I talk to them. We kick it the whole nine. But there's a lack of respect for what we bring to the table. And it just is what it is. So we got to beat people. And we got to do it the right way without a whole bunch of chaos and all that. Just go beat people and you earn respect. And I think we've done that. Do we have ways to go? I think so. I think we got to keep chomping at the bit. But I mean, just keeping it 100, we got to beat people.
So let me throw this to Coach King. With you being a fairly new organization, right, and being in Atlanta, is there something? Of course, winning is going to cure everything, right? But do you see different challenges from being in Atlanta and maybe not getting that same respect or that same opportunity?
Oh yeah, man, for real, it's a lot about what title is on that jersey here, man, on who getting respect and what's what, who says what, you know. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, hey, lace them up and let's get it, you know. Let's play ball. And, you know, you got players you got programs trying to pluck players, you know, for them to play 6-7 minutes when they hear they playing, you know, damn near the whole game, they ain't in foul trouble. But you know, hey, like they say, at the end of the day, lace them up, win, lose, or draw. You know, we shake hands afterwards.
That's it.
Coach Tap?
Like Coach Bud said, man, it is a lack of respect, man. But like you said, you got to beat people, and I think we've done our fair share of beating people, and we've done our fair share of getting our tail toe up too. But you know, we've done it long enough for them to know who we are when we walk in the gym as well. This is well as we know when they walk in the gym. So I mean, like Coach said, man, we just got to beat people. We got to do that. But with the push that Kowacie, the extra push that Kowacie gives us is that extra push when we do beat people, or even in the losses, he still put that up. But they know it's competitive, and I think that's the main thing. Us being competitive, period, win or lose. I think that's what that is, man.
So Coach Sack, you stole some of my thunder. I was going to Kowacie next.
Oh, my bad.
From you seeing it from that evaluator standpoint and you being an advocate for the teams, what advice could you give independent teams to market themselves as well?
Well, like I would say, you know, when you said what extra independent teams have to do, like back, you know, 5-10 years ago, it was really tough, you know, for independent teams to kind of get kids on the right platform. But man, and I keep going back to him, man, Sean Williams. Glad I built that relationship. So, and I would always pick his brain and like, hey, yo, you know, what we need to do. And I'm telling y'all, like Tat, Coach Bus, and even Coach King, you know, we took butt whoopers. And so I was always like, hey, bro, you know, when are we going to be able to get in the main gym? So it was years. People think that this stuff happened overnight, and it just didn't. You know, we were in the off gyms, nobody was there. And, you know, I'm texting like, hey, bro, hey, these kids over here, blah, blah, blah. And so my thing would be, once you get in that main gym and lace them up, you got to do something to stay in that main gym. And so And what that is what Butts and what Tat just hit on. You gotta compete. You gotta compete. Even if you lose, you have to still be competitive. You can't get embarrassed. You have to bring players to the table. Because coaches want to see product. All right. So that would be my thing. Just compete and bring something to the table, man, and do something. Do something to stay in the main gyms. And once you do that, man, the rest is gonna be history. Somebody, it's levels for everybody. It's NAIA coaches there. Even I've seen even JUCO coaches.
That's right.
Division 2. So they there. It's levels for everybody.
So, Tobias, you got anything to add to that?
Who was on?
You, coach.
Okay, cool. Man, for me, man, I think, man, you gotta have that one dog, man. It's just that one killer that come in with the swag, and of course, you gotta compete. I mean, you gotta be organized. Have some kind of system in place. Coaches do want to see, where the kids are organized and can, have that team camaraderie. But yeah, that's what I think, man. That if that kid can perform and the other players just get on the same page to compete and get some wins, even if you don't win, I mean, keeping games close and exciting, I think that's one of the keys to actually getting you on that main court in front of those coaches. You got kind of have to, because I know for the first couple of years, we really wasn't getting any kind of looks or love. We playing like in side gyms and maybe one game on the main floor, if that. So you got to kind of the director run. Hey man, my kid he had 30 this game. Why are we not getting a write-ups? Why are we not, why are you not talking about it? So you got to do a lot of politicking and talking and advocating for your kids as well.
Okay. Let me throw it back to Kowacie for a minute.
Yeah, man. And so, like, another thing, too, man, on the independent circuit, like, early on, when you in those tournaments against some of the shoe teams before they go on their circuit stops, that was another one of my big things. I used to always, I would ask Sean, like, look, who's here? And he would maybe say, Georgia Stars or AOT or whoever it may be. And my thing is, man, match us up. Let us play the big boys before they go to they circuit stops and stuff like that. And that's another great exposure piece, because if you're playing against the Georgia Stars that have 3 or 4 Division I prospects, they're gonna be cameras and they're gonna be media all around the court. And once you show them you can play with the big boys, after that game, they're gonna want to know who that guy was. And I can remember Coach Butts kind of knocking down those doors when him and Tat kind of on their alliance. Nelson, Ty Fagan, Jacoby, and Cam Holden, all of those guys were playing Stackhouse Elite, and nobody in the gym thought would win. And so I'm the only guy telling me they not the
Wait, it sound like you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
You find they get that chance, and a lot of those kids,
Okay, so it looks like we may have lost Kowacie, but sure he'll dial right back in. So with that being said, I guess the question is, it's important to build those relationships. Relationships is a big thing as far as being an independent team. I guess we can all agree to that, correct?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Coach Charles.
Yeah, so Phil, I got a question for you, man. And yesterday, Sean Williams kind of hit on it a little bit, which I think we do it from. I think we're doing this already, but maybe we can improve on it. So he mentioned, hey, you know what I'm saying, these events you guys have coming up for like these high school events, and getting college coaches there. So how can we, you know what I'm saying, how can we have that impact on that?
We just got to get them there. We just got to get the kids. First of all, you got to get kids. It ain't gonna just be any average kid that you can just take to an event and just gonna be put on the main floor.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have good ball players. And I know some parents that come in and say, hey, my kid can do this, my kid can do that, and this, that, and the other. Then once you get in between the lines with the other kids that are pretty good, that ain't so. So I mean, I think you have to have kids, man, in order to to get it done.
True. I think Tobias said it earlier. You gotta have dog, man, and like we've been fortunate to be able to practice and then tell kids and get them to buy into the fact that and feel disrespected. I'm just gonna say, Tad and I, we mix players. Like if he's not playing and I am, his guys will come play with me, and vice versa. And so my style and his style are super similar. Like it's like let's go take somebody's head off. So those guys, you gotta have that attitude. You gotta have that attitude in your guys, and you gotta have that one. You gotta have that one alpha male. What's so beautiful about what we do around here, and Tobias, that's something we need to talk about too. What's so beautiful is I've got an alpha male most of the time. Tat has an alpha male, and then I'm pretty sure he has an alpha male. Well, if we're not all playing at the same time, and you take those three kids and you put them on the same floor, oh my God, a Nelson Phillips, a Ty Faber, a Cam Holden, Devin Bush, it's crazy. And then you got a guy like Sean Williams that knows the game. He keeps up with the players, and then he calls me or I call him. He say, "Hey, Coach, what y'all doing this weekend?" Shit, Sean, we coming to you. Okay, I got you. Now the coaches are there. Now the players start to take off. So, I mean, I totally agree with Coach Tat just said. I mean, it just is what it is. That's what it takes.
Okay.
Coach King.
What was the question, man? I'm sorry. Y'all got the middle Georgia talk. I say, middle Georgia, man. Coach. I'm in the line. I'm like, they got to talk about middle Georgia. I got lost, man.
Yeah. So Coach, I don't know if your kids probably will have this problem, especially with Druid Hills. I would imagine that the Druid Hills High School are getting invites to large camps and got college scouts there. So that question probably was a little bit more specific to Middle Georgia.
Not necessarily now.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's definitely, everybody in the world feel like they're being slept on. Like you said, you see it on social media every day. Yeah, everybody's hashtag slept on, But at the end of the day, man, come on, everybody slept on.
Right.
But you got to have the players to showcase yourself. You ain't got the players, it don't matter. you step in any gym, you ain't got no players, man. Ain't no point. And like I said, I found that out early in the game when I first started. When I first started my program, I thought I had me a few dogs until I met a few dogs.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I had to make improvements and give me some dogs. And then, like you said, you step in that gym with that one alpha male, and you got some dogs that's gonna follow behind that. And with my mentality, I'm like, let's go eat.
That's right.
Let's go eat. Whoever, lace them up.
Coach Tobias, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah. See, I got lost too. What was the question again? I got lost too.
So the question was, how do we get college coaches how do we get more college coaches at high school events? You know what I'm saying? What do we got to do to make that happen?
At high school events.
Yeah, so I don't, like I said. So say for example, Kowacie you have the HypeSouth tournament, right? And there may be college coaches there, right? But we definitely want more. We want it all.
Absolutely. Okay, I get you. I see where you at. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be based on the players, man. You just gotta get the players there. That's gonna compete, the ones that the college coaches want to see. I mean, it's from what I've been seeing. I mean, it's kind of all about that, man.
Yeah.
Get those 1 or 2 players per team, and put them out there, and kind of, then that way you can kind of surround the other players that may not get those looks, have an opportunity to show what they can do also. It's going to be definitely based on the players and those relationships that the guys are got to be which is one else.
All right. Okay. Kowacie, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. As far as trying to get them on the high school side, I'm kind of new. Last year was my first year.
Right.
I had 1 or 2 coaches there. I think it was pretty solid for the first year. But one thing I wanted to do was make it more of a, because I had it at Central Georgia Tech.
Right.
But it didn't really have a high school feel for me. So I got with Coach Jamal and Coach Tack to try to, collaborate with them and see if we get it moved to a high school gym, and we were able to do that.
Yep.
And so this year moving forward, I wanted more of a high school feel for 1. For 2, this year I'm gonna push more marketing, more branding to it. Because I have a lot of coaches that follow people. So just get them, and I think it'll grow. This year I think I have a couple more teams. So it's gonna be some cross match. Metro Atlanta, kind of West Georgia teams, Middle Georgia. I'm working on a couple of South Georgia teams. So if I can get 1 or 2 of those to confirm, I think this year is gonna be bigger and better. I just think it's gonna grow, but that marketing, because coaches, they're always looking at social media, specifically Twitter.
And so let me ask you guys this: what is what's the biggest misconception about playing on an independent team?
They got to spend money. I mean, with the shoe stuff, that stuff's paid for. Right. Us independents, we got to fundraise and possibly spend our own money. Right. That's some of this stuff, whether it's feeding the kid that doesn't have as much, just taking him with us. He got to stay in the room with us. just a bunch of stuff, man. With that shoe stuff, you ain't got to worry about that on that shoe team.
For me, the misconception that I hear a lot from people or see a lot is
We lost.
that independent, like you get seen more. You can't get seen on independent. And so I just think that's a big misconception. A lot of parents and kids think you have to be on the circuit, whether it's Nike or Adidas or Under Armour. They feel like you have to be on those circuits to get seen, I guess. And if they're looking around, then they'll see that's not true. You got some really good independent teams across the country, man. That sending kids Division I every year, and that's the biggest misconception that I see.
Those Bucks.
I agree. I agree with both of them. That's in the Bible. You're independent coach. You get ready to spend your own money.
Oh my.
That's like in the Bible. And then, like Wasey said, it's bad because you can throw out all the names and all the kids that have done good things, that are in school and got free rides and all that, and people still question it. I mean, but at the end of the day, my thing is this. At the end of the day, everybody can't go to Mississippi State. Everybody can't go to Florida. Everybody can't go to, Georgia State, Georgia. Why not jump into the situation and say, hey, I don't want to pay for college. Coach, put us on a platform to where we can earn anything. I don't care if it's pork and bean steak. If that's what my son earns, that's what because this basketball thing ain't gonna last forever. And I was told that when I played. And of course, as a kid, you don't see that. But that's true. It just is what it is. So yeah, like I said, it's Bible that you independent, you're gonna spend money, and then it's a terrible misconception that you're not gonna be seen or you're not gonna get to play the best competition or whatever. That's so far from the truth. I can show you film after film after film. You're gonna get to lace them up. That's what they ain't gonna show it. You will get to lace them up.
Tobias?
Yeah, definitely not being seen and playing against some of that top competition. Then financially that's a big one also, like Tat said. But shoot, I mean, if you competing with a kid between the shoe team, they decide between shoe and independent. I mean, you kind of. I mean, the shoe team gonna have the edge when we really can provide the same thing that they can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I had a kid, man, that one kid, man, could have took us right there. Had big plans, and we going back, and he committed, and I believe it was Atlanta Express ended up coming in and doing their thing and kind of swooping away from it. But yeah, that's kind of what we're up against as far as independent teams. We're kind of we're battling against getting kids. It's all not no competition in regards. So I know for me, I try to find that diamond in the rough, that kid that really that wants it, that kid that wants to play against that shoot team versus being on a team with 10 to 15 great players where they only gonna probably get 10 minutes a game. So
if that.
Yeah.
Coach King?
Man, all these kids, and they had 5 stars, man. So it's hard to get the kids to buy into, first and foremost, you're not a 5-star. And you can go to that shoe team you want to, and they'll let you know that you're not a 5-star. But you can go and humble yourself and like my man said, rock out here and play all the minutes, but they feel like they're not gonna get seen, or you gotta go to Vegas to be seen, or you gotta go here, they flying here and they flying here. Man, bruh, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, man. It ain't no better basketball in the United States, man.
Thank you.
If you can't get it in here, you can go wherever you want to.
That's right.
We'll go out of town and blow through a tournament, come here and get beat by 20 every game. So it don't mean nothing, you fly just because you're flying out to here and flying out there just to play in these tournaments, man. The bump is right here where I'm at, where y'all at.
It's a mecca. It's a mecca.
Yeah.
And then let me just say this too, being independent, we form more intricate relationships with writers, with tournament directors, all that. So our relationships are a lot more closer than some of the shoe teams. And that's not speaking against the shoe team or anything like that. It's just that shoe teams are just that. They're on a circuit. They're always on a circuit. They're somewhere playing. And while they're playing, we're developing relationships and we're saying, hey, I got this kid and this kid. We can compete. Give us a chance. And so we get those chances. We get those chances based on, the coaches running their miles, and then based on the way these kids are out there with blood, sweat, and tears, leaving it on the floor. So, it's a lot of advantages to being independent. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure people have, other programs have had opportunities to go with a shoe team. I have, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with a shoe team. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I get it. Do you? I'd rather do me. I'd rather do it like this. I'd rather have hungry kids that want to go fight, beat somebody, and just grind, man. Just bite and claw. We don't want nobody to give us nothing.
Right. I think another point that needs to be made about shoe teams is really understanding the team that you're on, right? Because it goes back to, is that team, it may be a shoe team by name, but is that a funded team?
Yeah.
So you run into that as well when people are trying to recruit for these teams.
A lot of them get fooled. A lot of them
Right.
in this area get fooled.
Yeah. So they're looking for that, but not fully understanding what that entails.
Yeah, a lot of them get fooled, man. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I'm gonna say this, Tech.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call the kid name, Wasson. I'm not gonna call the kid name, but we have seen kids. We've seen kids recently, like summer before last and before that. We seen kids with untapped potential. All they needed to do was to be on a team where they could play some minutes. And we've seen kids sitting on the bench with earbuds in their ears, not getting to play because they chose to play on a shoe team. Now, I'm not calling any names, but it is what it is.
Right.
Those kids could have been competing with any other team. It ain't got to be my team. It could have been anybody else. But they would have been on the floor. How many scholarships you gonna earn, or how many have you heard of somebody earning sitting on the bench with damn earbuds in their earbuds, whatever the hell you call it?
No.
It ain't gonna happen.
No.
It ain't gonna happen. If you ain't Shaq's son, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I've had 3 great kids, man, that could ball that left just because of that reason, man. They didn't, like I said, they didn't get that exposure that they thought they was gonna get, man, just because the coaches came in, promising those minutes. So I mean, it's just something that happens. And the kids and parents just can't get fooled over it.
yeah.
There's kids in the area right now. Today. as we speak.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can believe it.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's split kids in the area
Yeah.
right now as we speak. As of right now at 8:52. So I mean, it ain't no secret, but it ain't no. The thing about it is, I've always said, it ain't a knock to them. It ain't a knock to the program that they're playing for. More power to you, but if it ain't gonna benefit you to be there, where you can, like Bud said, go somewhere else where you can play meaningful minutes and be seen versus having that jumpsuit on and them tennis shoes and that book bag.
Nice bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you run around your schools, hey man, I'm with them. Yeah. Or you with them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, I mean, it's just as simple as that. But you know, but I think that's more of, I think a lot of that more is parenting than anything. But you know, whatever floats your boat.
But Cash, you know, kids ain't making it. Parents ain't making the decision. That's the problem.
Well,
Parents going along with the decision.
right, you're right.
You know, the kids say, "Shit, he giving me, you know, these shoes and that bag and this T-shirt. Oh, mom and dad, I want to play with them."
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's the problem. The kids
They
make
throw all
the
that
decision.
out.
Right.
Yeah. So
again, that's why we hope that this platform will educate and have people just do a little bit more research. Right.
no doubt.
Like I said, yeah, we want them to play for us. We want to keep the talent where we have it, and nothing against the shoe company teams, but we want people to be aware and give every kid the best opportunity and situation to go to that next level. So, yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be instrumental in getting that word out. So, Coach Ted, I'm gonna throw it to you.
I just want to basically, man, just thank these guys, man, for coming on and you know, really helping us try to push this thing forward. And like you say, get information out there to the parents and about our programs and what Kowacie is doing and stuff like that, man. That's mainly what we're doing. And like I say, there's no knock against the shoe team. And I hope don't any of them take it as to that we're doing this to bash them. If they do it, I don't care. But I mean, we're not. This ain't what we're doing. I mean, we're just speaking the truth. I mean, the kids got a chance to, you know, play here and do that, and they ain't getting enough minutes, then that's what they should do. I mean, it's the truth. But like I say, man, I want to thank these guys for coming on, man. And these guys, I'm telling you, these 4 guys right here, man, and people that you're watching, these are 4 stand-up guys that are in this business for the kids. This has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with, like Coach Bud say, he don't post anything about where his kids going. Yeah, we know where his kids going. We know what his kids are doing. Tobias, we know what his kids are doing. And look, Waste, we know what the kids are doing. And like Coach said with the Astros, we know what their kids are doing. But they don't do all the advertising, but they're in it for the kids. And that's what these 2 guys that are with us, Coach Charles, Coach Kennedy, they're in it for the kids. And that's the main thing. And I want to thank you 4 guys, man, for coming on the being with us and pushing this thing, trying to push this thing forward, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, we ain't done yet. We got a couple more things we want to hit on and get you guys as kind of your inputs from. Coach Charles, you got something?
Yeah, man. Y'all was speaking on the shoe teams, man, and you know, I think I'm coaching some middle schoolers right now, hoping to move them boys along and get them in the right direction once they get to high school. You know, one of the frustrating things I see these. Nothing again. I know everybody got to start from somewhere, but you see a pop up when I see a pop up AAU team, I'm like, oh man, they taking some more talent or what? So how y'all deal with that, man? What's y'all thoughts on that?
For me,
Hey, I want to hear what y'all got to
for
say.
me, man, you gotta cross your fingers. Hey, you gotta cross your fingers, man, and you just gotta hope you got a good group of parents. And that's really the key, man. Is to get the ear of the parents. That way, you know that they're not easily swayed. But that's tough what you do, stand true to what you do, and go with what you got. And that's all I can say, man. But the main thing is gonna be, running the program with integrity, making sure you got ear to parents. Just do like Tat said, just doing the right things. If you do the right things, you may lose one or two here and there, but for the most part, you'll be able to keep most of them. I lost a couple of them along the way, but for the most part, I would say 85%, and I kept them from 5th grade through 12th grade. And I just feel like it came from, doing things the right way.
Yeah.
Agree? Hey, Coach, you got to buy all of them 2 pair of shoes, bags. Hey, man. I'm just saying, Coach, you got to do that, man. Nah, man, I agree with what they said, man. I agree with both of them said, man. You do it the right way, and you're going to lose some. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to lose some. But my thing has always been, and every kid that's played for me will tell you this. I always tell them, you leave me. If you leave, it's no love lost. I still love you. I still care about you, but you can't come back.
Yeah.
You can't come back. I mean, Wasey, you heard me say it. You can't come back. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't mean you don't love them. It don't mean you don't love them, because I know we all do. But man, it's a privilege to play for you, Coach. It's a privilege. And the parents need to know that, and the kids need to know that first and foremost. It's a privilege. So when you disregard that privilege, it's like life. You can only, some things you can't undo. And with me, it's always been that I don't need you. If you left us, because we family, that's what we say in the hub, family, every time. You leave the family, and you out the family. It is what it is.
Hey, I want to throw it to Coach King and kind of get your take on that, Coach. Which you say you feel early, like 3 years in.
Yeah, I'm going on my 4th year.
Okay, so I would think that's a little bit more recent for you as far as maybe dealing with this aspect as well. Especially if you didn't start off winning games and parents weren't satisfied right at the jump. I'm sure they started trying to look for other avenues.
See, actually, my parents damn near helped me start the program, so they was loyal to me. They knew what it was. You know what I mean? They knew that it was a process. And I think that they believed in me more so than anything. And out of that group of 6, I think 5 of them stayed with me through their graduation. So and I'm that new kid that he's talking about, so I'll be the one trying to get the talent, but what I pride myself on, if a kid say they rocking with Warner Robin All-Stars, I'm done with them. I ain't the guy that's gonna say, nah, man, why you playing with them? Not, if I can't sell you on me and I can't sell you on my program, you say you with another program, hey, no love lost, I'm gonna still shout you out, but I'm gonna keep it moving. You know what I mean? So if a kid tell me they ain't playing with anybody, then that's when I'll make my move and try and, get them to come to the Astros. But other than that, I ain't trying to take nothing of what y'all got going on. So I ain't that new kid.
Hey, so let me throw this question to y'all, and I want to hear from everybody. How do we move? And again, Coach King not excluding you, right? Because you're in this fight with us. But for the Middle Georgia guys, how do we move this culture down here forward, right? I mean, I have my thoughts and ideas, but I would love to hear from you guys as far as what is it going to take to move the Middle Georgia culture forward. Because like Coach Charles was kind of saying, it seems like it's a team popping up all the time down here, right? And we're thinning out our talent pool based on that. And it seems like it's a lot of egos and a lot of things that happen that kind of causes and creates these things to kind of go on. So, like I said, I just want to hear from you all as far as what could be a plan that we could possibly put in place to put us on the map like we should and need to be.
For me, I honestly, that's tough because a lot of these coaches around here has egos. They want to do their own thing. They want to hold on to the kids when they're some of them that just coming on really not doing anything with them. As far as the plan though, that's something I'm still kind of battling with trying to figure out. But it's good like what Butts and Kowacie did. That was I mean that's kind of what you do. You kind of join together, put these teams together, and play in certain tournaments where those guys can really get out there and compete and perform. But and then go back to their respective teams. But yeah, maybe doing some kind of collab will help.
Coach Tat?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I ain't gonna beat around the bush on it. I think that these four programs are established enough to to sustain the pop up teams.
Right.
Because in hindsight, you see pop up teams, you see kids leave, and by the end of the summer you'll get that phone call, Coach, we want to come back. And you'll get that phone call. So I think as far as us moving forward, like they say, we can collab and keep doing what we do because we are loyal to each other. You can't just take anybody that's putting the team together because you don't know what they're in it for. They could be in it for their kid, they could be in it for the nephew, they could be in it for their sister, son, or whoever. So I mean, as long as we stay put and unified together as we've been doing, I think they'll see what's happening and I think it'll weed itself out, to be honest with you.
Coach Butts?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. One of the main things that we have to do, and we've been doing a great job of it, is people for whatever reason, people rather see they rather hear the junk than the good stuff. And so I say that to say this: if a 6'11" kid, if two 6'11" kids come through Macon right now, and one tells me he wants Coach Butts, I don't want to play with you, I want to play with Coach Tat. Coach Butts, I don't want to play with you, I want to play with Coach Tobias. I'm wrong as hell if I say they ain't nothing. They ain't this. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. That's what holds us back. That's what kills us. So when you have these pop-up teams, that's fine. Be a pop-up team, I have no problem with it. But be honest with these kids. Be honest with these kids. You will never have a single kid that can come tell you I said anything negative about any program around here. And I know coaches have said negative things about us. Right? There's no reason to confuse these kids. There's no reason to confuse these parents any more than they are already confused. So I think one of the main things is we got to be truthful with each other, and at the end of the day, like we've been saying, I know a lot of shoe team coaches, and they respect me. I respect the hell out of them. So when I say this, I say it without batting an eye. We coming to play you hard. We coming to get another notch in our belt by beating you. They understand that. They know it. So that's nothing. I mean, that it is what it is. But as long as we sit down here, coach, and we, that program ain't this, and this program ain't that, and you need to run with me. We're never gonna get ahead of the curve. We cannot do that. We just can't. If a kid want to go play with Tat, shit, I'm gonna call Tat and say, hey, coach, boy, you got a stud coming your way. Same with Tobias. It don't. I mean, that's just the way it has to be. Think about what Kowacie did and he didn't even think, like, pride wasn't even in it for him. His son number 30 in the nation. But he called me, we collaborated and said, hey, Buzz, look, you got this platform, I got this platform. And it wasn't even about his son. It was about other kids. He didn't even say a word about his son. It was about other kids that started with him when they was in the 5th grade. Hey, man, you got a platform. Let's do this. All right, coach, let's talk. Shit, we get together, we talk, we drink a beer here or there. And then the rest is history. You know what I mean? So that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. And we just gotta stay focused. We really do.
And building those relationships.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kowacie, I know you got some thoughts on this.
Yeah, for me, it's continue doing what we're doing as far as the collaborating and stuff like that. But I would say also continue to evolve. Look around and see what some of the reputable guys are doing. For example, you got, up in Atlanta where you got these guys doing like open runs, closed runs, but they'll have, media guys come to the practice, stuff like that. And when those guys come and tweet out stuff and stuff like that, they got a following of college coaches. They can put up a clip of a kid in a run, and they can see the kid doing certain things, and that'll be just an extra eye. So I would just say, continue to evolve, to do some different things, and really find out what coaches want to see, especially when they can't get in the gym. I know now they're talking about doing live streaming, because of the pandemic, and coaches can't get in for the live periods. They've been canceled. So just little things like that. I have to figure out a way to get on board with that. And I know from my end, that's something that I'm looking into, trying to figure out how to do some of those things. That's key right there. Evolve. Don't stay the same. We're already kind of behind, so we can't afford to stay and fall further behind. So, yeah, I'm watching them. I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm gonna try to incorporate some of that stuff and kind of put our own little twist to it and continue doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Some of my immediate thoughts on that is us actually, somebody putting on a tournament, right? And then everybody coming to that tournament, supporting each other in that aspect as well. I think it's strength in numbers.
No doubt.
And then we can get Kowacie there for the media aspect of it, and we can build those relationships and get us in the gym and let us go at it, right? We don't always have to shoot to Atlanta to go get that talent and go get that work. We got it down here. But it seems sometimes we get in our own way based on egos or whatever the case may be. But yeah, what you guys are hitting on is 100% true.
So sound like Kowacie, we doing an open run?
Hey, I'm not opposed to it, man. Once I look into it, you never know, man. But I think that would work, especially if we can get, kind of the right guys, putting content out on it and tweeting about it. And,
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great thing.
Hey, let's collab, man.
Look into it.
Yeah,
I
let us know.
Gym, man.
Hey, Tobias, you got the gym. I know we're willing to do it.
Oh yeah.
I got the gym, man. So long as like we're working on the guidelines, as far as opening up and put some things in place. But definitely once we get it open and work out, work it out in a way where everybody be safe. Then it's good to go, man. So.
No,
Hey,
can I send a few guys down to this Middle Georgia thing?
Hey, send them.
You more than welcome to send who you need to send.
Oh yeah,
More than welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, you bring them. You come too.
Yeah. I now I feel like I got a target on my chest. Let's go.
Ever that.
Hey, coach.
What's up?
You know those beers I was just talking about me and Waste had? Yeah, a couple of them. I got a couple for you after we do that to you. But anyway,
Hey, so kind of the last subject I want to touch on before we get out of here, man, is the pandemic, right? So have you guys been able to be in touch with your players at all? Maybe shoot them some drills, kind of check on them, make sure they're doing okay. From a personal standpoint, as far as keep them motivated and pushing on the basketball side as well. Anybody, Coach Butts?
I haven't spoken with all of them a lot. I have checked to make sure they working. Like it's easy with Wasty. I mean, I know what's going on. Javian, Quay, Imandre. I got new kids that were coming on the scene this summer for our platform, and it's an awesome thing. We welcome them, from Savannah, cut kid from Atlanta. We welcome that. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But to answer your question, not a whole lot. I've sent things out to them and said, hey, just know you got to work. See, Coach, when you get to this age group that I have right now,
yes, sir.
If you don't understand that you got to work, Coach,
right,
without me calling you and telling you to work, it's a problem. It's a problem, and it's gonna show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yes, sir.
The good thing about our program, Warner Robins All-Star, Georgia Suns, these kids realize if you gonna wear that jersey, you gotta work.
Yes, sir.
You can't come here slipping. So
Nah.
So to answer your question, not a whole lot, but just, a little bit though. Don't mean I don't love them.
No, Coach. But I think that's a perfect response, right? Just from that standpoint, like you said, at that level, right? If you still got to be pushed to work, then maybe you don't want it to say as much as you say you do.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Coach King.
I stay in contact with mine probably once or twice a week through FaceTime, group chat, different things like that. Just seeing what's up with them, making sure they all right, their families all right. Right. Not necessarily to push them, because like you said, if you ain't working, it's not my job. I ain't got to wake you up and tell you to go clock in at Burger King. That's on you.
That's right.
So if you ain't going to do it, then you ain't going to do it. And it's going to show. And I done already told mine, hey, if it shows, you ain't gonna play. I got a clipboard for any of them. I'm always looking for assistant coaches.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I've been keeping contact with a lot of them. Can't really do a whole too much. I've been doing some one-on-one things with other kids, but I've just been trying to just make sure, they're okay, anything they need, I'm there for them. If they want to come work out, I'm there. Like Bud said, at this point, you got to want it. You got to want to work on your game, perfect craft. So I stopped calling and asking them to do that like a long time ago. But yeah, I just, I keep in contact, see what's going on, because a lot of them kind of got lost in the pandemic with as far as recruiting goes. So I try to just keep in contact and keep them encouraged, and make sure I follow up.
Yes, sir. Coach Tack?
Yeah, I keep in touch with them sergeants, man. We got to make sure, man, they staying safe, ain't getting in no trouble. And like Bud say, they know they got to work out or else.
Yeah.
I tell them, and that's how I leave it. You work out or else. But yeah, they know, man. Yeah, I keep in touch with them jokers, man. Like I say, they got too much time on their hands, man. When they got too much time on their hands, right? You don't know what they're gonna do. They teenagers.
Yeah.
So, that's why I try to keep close tabs on them jokers, man. Text them and see what they're doing, making sure they're in the right place and everything, man.
All right. So, Kowacie, I know you don't have necessarily a team to kind of keep in touch with, but you're huge on the social media side, man, and putting info out on these guys and all that type of stuff, and getting fed information. So, that's big for the culture as well.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, I'm all over the place though. But I keep in contact with them through text and stuff like that. A lot of them getting ready to go off to college. I text them, hey man, you're working. Girls as well.
Right.
Not just boys. So I'm keeping in contact with a lot of different kids. They'll reach out to me. You know, they might need something. I'll reach back. So even within the pandemic, I've still been in contact with a lot of parents too.
Good deal.
Great. Hey, so look, coaches, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode. We'll call this part 1, and then we'll figure out a time we can bring part 2 in, and maybe bring some of them cold beverages with us. Hey, but sincerely, man, we appreciate you guys coming out, being a part of this platform. Please check us out. You know, we value your input. Hit us up on our social media, whatever the case would be. If there's certain things you want to see or content that you want to get out, let us know. We're here for everybody, man. So, Coach Tad, you got anything to say before we wrap?
No, man, like I say, thank the viewers for all tuned in to watch, man. Like I say, thank these guys for being on. It's really a blessing, man, that you can pick up the phone and say, hey, man, need y'all to get on this thing with us, man, and try to push this thing forward. And without hesitation, oh, yeah, man, we with it. Right. So, man, it's a blessing that we can pick up the phone, man, and we can sincerely say these are our friends. So, and like I said, man, you know, we just really appreciate it, man. And like I said, this is part 1. We're going to have part 2, part 3, 4, 5, if that may be. So try to move it forward.
Coach Charles?
No, man, I want to thank every last one of y'all, man. Y'all nuggets y'all dropping. I know I'm like a sponge. I'm absorbing it, getting ready to implement some stuff myself from the conversations we had today. And just trying to make these kids better, man, and keep pushing them as that's the vision for everybody, right? So, and just making sure that stay at the forefront of why we do what we do. So, no, I appreciate it, fellas, and looking forward to many more roundtables with you guys. So,
yeah, definitely. Hey, so like I said, we appreciate it. To all the viewers, we appreciate you guys. Check our social media. We got some big shows coming up this week. So check us out. Stay tuned in. We appreciate the love. Other than that, peace.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Enjoyed it.
Definitely.
Yeah.